Hi, my name's Jill Galloway. I'm an artist educator with the National Portrait Gallery and a full-time artist with J.J. Galloway Studio. In today's Open Studio lesson, we're talking about the American flag. We'll first start by drawing a very simple, basic flag, making sure we get all the details right. And then we'll try making one blow in the breeze. Don't panic, you don't need to have any experience for this lesson. I'll walk you through it step by step. It's very simple. Let's get started. The supplies you'll need for today's lesson are a few pieces of paper, a pencil and an eraser, a ruler, and either markers, crayons, or some paints. Now there's two ways you can approach drawing a flag. You can get your ruler out and get your measurements down, which I'll give you, or you can just wing it. Let's start with the measurements. Now, the flag I'm drawing is 12 inches long and 6.5 inches high. The blue rectangle in the top left part of the flag is 5.5 inches long and 3.5 inches tall. Now, I know that's a lot of measuring, but remember, you need to fit 13 evenly spaced stripes in that flag. If you mark off 12 half-inch spaces down the sides, you'll have enough room for 13 stripes. Remember, the stripes represent the first 13 colonies of our country. Those were the states that banded together to fight for independence. The red-colored stripes stand for valor, which means courage in battle, and the white stripes stand for purity and innocence. 7 of the stripes will go within the blue rectangle space, and 6 will go below it. Now let's add the stars. There's 50 stars on our flag, 1 for each state. There's 6 stars in the top row, 5 stars in the next row, and then they alternate for a total of 9 rows. Now let's make the flag blow in the breeze with a ripple in it. Let's start with this fun doodle of a curvy ribbon. Start by drawing a curvy line. On the edge of each curve, draw a small line straight down. Make each of these lines off the curves the same size. Now connect the lines with the same curve as above. See how the ribbon bends forward and backwards with each curve? You might have to think through the ribbon, meaning see through it as the curve goes behind, then comes back out again. To make your flag curvy, do the same thing with the top edge of the flag. Keep it very simple on your first try. Drop the edges of each curve and copy the top line. The stripes will also copy the curve. Now, the more you practice this, the more complicated your curvy designs can get. Also, if you want to start adding color, think about how the light passes through the flag. So where the flag folds over itself, it will be darker, or maybe even if you see the back of the flag peeking out, that might also be darker. Now remember, if you're just not into the measuring idea, you can go ahead and wing it, but you need to make sure you have 13 stripes and 50 stars. Take a look at this portrait of Russell Means of the Oglala Lakota. He's painted by Bob Coronado. When creating a portrait, an artist's job is not to just make the art look like some version of the sitter. The artist is also tasked with capturing some part of the sitter's story or personality, in other words, their essence. To do that, they research about the sitter and, if possible, have lots of conversations. You have to make the portrait look like them and be about them. Viewers like you then interpret what the artist is trying to say, and in that way, you're reading the painting. In this painting, we see Russell Means. He's a legendary leader of the American Indian movement, who in the 1970s was there during the Wounded Knee Massacre. Means posed for this portrait for Bob Coronado with an upside-down flag wrapped around his body. The upside-down flag is an international signal of distress and has become the symbol of the American Indian movement. To learn more about reading portraits, you can go to our website at www.npg.edu and click on Learn in the top menu bar. Then click on Teachers, and then click on Classroom Resources.
From there, you can see the link to click and download the Reading Portraiture Guide. To find out more about the Russell Means portrait, just go to Portrait Search and type in Russell Means.
Thank you so much for joining me for today's Open Studio lesson. I would love to see all the American flags that you came up with. If you wouldn't mind posting your artwork on social media with the hashtag MyMPG, then we can all check it out. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.